Hello everyone, my name is Rajani Allen. I have my notes to the side, so bear with me. For philosophy basics and the branches, question 1, as explained in the crash course video, philosophy is a way of thinking about certain questions. So I would presume that philosophy can help the study of human movement by serving as a means of conceptual clarity. For instance, certain terms in my coursework like health or well-being can be redefined or refined with the use of conceptual clarity, and constantly clarifying what things means would allow the field as a whole to progress. My readiness with the philosophy system is a little bit lower than I would want, but I'm always ready to learn, even the things that don't excite me all the time. For question 2, I chose epistemology, which is the study of knowledge, and it discusses the origins, nature, and validity of knowledge. And I would think that this branch allows for an evaluation of current research, which is something that should be revisited, quite often, because things are constantly changing. For example, if a fitness program did not work for 100 people, does that actually mean that it won't work for the next person? So evaluation in this case would be, a very essential process, because it allows the person to know either inconsistencies or lack thereof. So for question 3, my 3 questions are as follows. Do experts in the sport know how to perform advanced movements without thought? Is proper movement biologically determined or culturally constructed? Can exercise prescriptions be applied to all participants, or is individual experience too important to not include? And then for my analysis and reasoning portion, for question 4, deductive arguments are conclusions that are drawn logically from the premise. So an example would be a personal trainer uses evidence-based guidelines for his 21-year-old client who wants to build muscle. And the conclusion would be the client engages in strength training 3 to 4 times a week. In this case, the conclusion logically follows the premise. For inductive arguments, a conclusion is likely or probable, but is not certain. So an example of this would be premise 1, a study of 100 people found that 78% of people who walked 10,000 steps a day lost weight. For premise 2, my friend walked 10,000 steps a day and lost weight. And the conclusion is walking 10,000 steps a day will help you lose weight. So in this case, the conclusion is not guaranteed, but we see that based on the information from the premises, like the study that was shown and the real world example, that even though this conclusion is likely, it's not necessarily a certain outcome. And then for question 6, I believe that good arguments are necessary for decision making, which is extremely important, especially working as any type of health professional. So if I am someone who is working in health and human movement, I must be able to make good decisions regarding the people I am working with. So I must be able to examine the entire situation, all of the factors that are included, so I can take the best possible direction for either my client or my patient. And so good arguments serve as a very necessary means to help others understand, my reasoning for engaging in a certain action for either my client or my patient. And that is my week 2 blog. Thank you.